Ahead of Tuesday's primaries, Ohio Governor John Kasich defending his decision to stay in the race amid a lot of calls for him to drop out. But with talk of the possibility of a contested convention, does Kasich really have anything to gain by leaving the race at all? Radio talk show host Garland Nixon and Sean Noble, who is president of American Encore, join us now. All right, so Sean, first to you. Ted Cruz is obviously trying to establish himself as the only viable option to Trump, and he says essentially a vote for Kasich is a vote for Trump. Is he right?
I think he is. I can't imagine many Kasich voters being, if Kasich was out of the race, voting for Trump. They might vote for Cruz, and I think that's why Cruz is saying you need to get out of this thing and make this a two-person race. Kasich doesn't have any reason to get out. He's not going to win any more contests. He's probably not going to even win any more delegates. But I think he's counting on the fact that Cruz will prevent Trump from getting to the majority as they go into Cleveland. And the problem, the miscalculation for Kasich is that it's going to do him no good. He's not going to be the consensus candidate coming out of the convention if we even get there. I think this all depends on what happens here in Arizona on Tuesday. If Cruz does not beat Trump in Arizona, this is over. Trump will have the nomination. All
right, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Sticking with Kasich, Sean, the Democrats have got to be loving this as this continues to go on.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question that they're, and Garland, I'm sure, is smiling right now. but keep in mind that Democrats have a little bit of their own problem because Bernie's not getting out either. He's here in Arizona yesterday. He said it's not fair to the voters for him to get out, so he's going to stay in this thing and create a little bit of a thorn in Hillary's side for weeks and maybe months to come.
Garland, how is this? This seems to be an unusual time. This is going so late into the primary season with these, to use Sean's term, serious thorns in the front-runner's side.
Yeah, and I think what's going on is because we're right now in an atmosphere where people are on both sides are so anti-establishment, and what's interesting is that the Republican front-runner is anti-establishment and the Democratic front-runner is very much an establishment candidate. So I think it's going to go a long ways because a lot of people don't know once actual candidates are established, nominees are established, how the followers of those who lose are going to react, and that's what's interesting about this thing.
It seems interesting to me, Garland, that the issue of electability is not really playing out that much, especially on the Republican side. As you see this, John Kasich says, "Hey, look, I'm the most electable," and there's certain polls that point to that he would do best in a matchup against Hillary Clinton, but it doesn't seem to be resonating in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of frustration. I think a lot of voters right now, based on the fact that the crash of 2009 happened, that there's a recovery, and most working and middle-class people feel that they weren't able to partake of the recovery. I think that the issue now is people feel kind of hopeless and aren't really worried about electability, because I think a lot of people that I hear calling in my talk show feel as though if they get the same type of candidate that they've always been getting, there's not going to be enough change to matter to them.
All right, Sean, go ahead.
I was going to say the other thing is that this is the whole notion of electability is kind of out the window because the map, if Trump is the nominee for the Republicans, the map on this, the Electoral College map, is completely different than normal. And you'll see a lot of strength for Trump in places like the upper Midwest, the Rust Belt, which completely upsets the whole Democrat game plan, and so this is a year that we've never seen. I mean, this is completely unprecedented. There's no conventional wisdom. The playbook has been thrown out the window.
Well, it would appear as the only thing that everyone has been correct about in this election cycle is being wrong about something. Every pundit I've talked to seems to have gotten one call or another wrong. Sean, Garland, appreciate your guys' insights and analysis. We'll talk to you and enjoy the time in Arizona, Sean.
Thank you.
All the best, guys.